We're doing it live. Hi, guys. We're live. We were sitting here having a hilarious conversation about San Francisco, and you should have been a part of it. And so I was just telling the girls here that I was taking, Mo asked, did I have to get the poop map to stay out of the poop to walk? But I didn't walk. You'd have to be some kind of crazy to walk in San Francisco. What you want to do is go to the Waymo app and you just order your little robotic car and it comes and picks you up and takes you wherever you want to go. And we did have one problem with this. They're great drivers. I have I love the fact that you can't get human trafficked in them. You're not going to get, arped or killed or anything, which is great.
That you know of. Skynet is still a thing. It could be a thing.
You could get hit by a truck, I guess. But so these things are great. They take you everywhere. Well, the only problem we had is that it refused to drop us off in front of our hotel. It continually, every day, would drive around the corner and drop us off a block and a half away. And every time,
embarrassed to be seen with you?
I know. Well, it was a Holiday
service entrance.
It was a Holiday Inn Express, so perhaps it was embarrassed to be seen in front of the Holiday Inn. But Brad finally figured it out because, well, actually, I shouldn't say finally. Brad literally figured it out the first time I mentioned it to him. Brad gets on the app and he's like, oh, yeah, you have to adjust your pickup spot and drop off spot. It says right here, you just pin the map where you want to go. And I'm like, shit, I thought I was being bigoted or something. I was being prejudiced. It was, but it would always drop us off right in front of like the little homeless encampment. Like, no, that's not, I don't want to get out of the car here, Waymo. I'd be like sitting inside going, can you please pull around the corner? How do I make this work?
I would love to try one, but I don't think I could get Mrs. Flux in one. She's like, I will never be in an AI car. I'm like, but it'd be cool.
You have to tell her. I have watched them for years in Scottsdale, and then I looked up their safety records. They're like, they have never been in an accident that was caused by a Waymo. Never. So that's a pretty good record. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'll trust it for sure. And then when I was in it, the very first time I was in one, it avoided an accident with a truck. Truck was trying to pull in front. I think I got it on film. I think I filmed it.
I think you were live streaming to locals.
I was.
Because I remember that.
I was like, whoa, check it out. It's dodging. It's dodging. No, it's really good. They don't go on highways yet. They just do like, city streets. But they are really good and cheap. They're so much cheaper than like a Uber or whatever the other thing is. Lyft, I guess.
Yeah.
Lyft,
I mean, I do like that there is no human interaction, but it is away from my house.
That part is great.
So I feel intrigued. Like I don't actually have to make any human interactions, but then I'm also like, I have to leave my house.
But Mo, you don't know how relieved you'll feel as soon as you realize you don't have to interact with someone in a hired car. I can't tell you the weight that comes off the shoulders is almost instant. And you can put on your own music. It can hook up to your phone. You can do your YouTube playlist. We were singing all the best in the car.
You know what would be so awesome is if they made an RV like that, and then we could all go on a road trip with the RV drive and just like
robot RV party van. Yes. I love the idea.
Yes. Cross country party.
Cross country party van. Yes. Well, they can't go on the highway yet, so I guess that's a few years out. But I'm very excited about it. I'm an extroverted person, but I really hate talking to cab drivers. I hate it. And it's not because I don't like them as people. It's just because I feel weird in the backseat of some stranger's car.
The best cab story I will ever have in my entire life is when we went to Vegas and Jeff and I were going back to the hotel, and the cabbie she was going on about how she got fired from her last gig as a chauffeur because she didn't fall asleep behind the wheel. She was parked waiting for the customer, fell asleep waiting for the customer, and had to be woken up by. And Jeff and I are in the back seat, like, what? And then she started talking about how she was a DJ too and wanted to give us her mixtape. and then asked what we did. Jeff said he was a lawyer, and she goes, "Oh, good. So many people are YouTube creators now, just trying to," and started bashing YouTube.
Oh no!
Like people,
were you like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. You should have been like, yeah, I fucking hate YouTubers. I'm gonna go home and fire myself.
I was just sitting. Jeff was trying to be like, "Oh, really?" Like trying to be.
Oh yeah, YouTubers are terrible.
And I was just sitting there like, and she was like, she missed a turn and like something else, and like it was just. That is the greatest cab story I will never forget. Like Jeff and I were mortified. We're just like this close to just holding his hand and being like, "I just need to hold your hand for this bit right now. Like, this is not good." But we made it. We made it to the hotel. It was like not even a 5-minute drive, but good Lord.
Oh, boy. So how was everybody's week off without me? Did you miss me?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yeah, it was
look
weird.
at this.
Mostly sick and dying, but yes.
I like how Flux is. Oh, yes. Like you would ever say no. Poor Flux. She was dying, and I was wishing she was with me in San Francisco for sure. I was texting her like, "I wish you were here," and it would have been a lot of fun with you there too. It was a good time. It was a good time, and I will have more on that later. All right, guys, here's the drill. You know the drill. The bingo card is in the chat. It is pinned to the top. Super Tips is also pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to support the show, that would be great. If you want to continue to give to Carrie and Brady Timms, which would be fantastic, the mods will throw that in the chat for you. And if they don't, I will. If we don't have any mods here, I'll make sure I get that up. And it will be Carrie and Brady Timms. I'm also going to put it, for those of you on the rewatch, I'm going to put it in the description of the video. Okay, so when you're on the replay, oh, wow. They're at $92.81, almost $9,300. That's awesome. Awesome. All right, folks, we're going to actually get started here. And since I didn't give you an intro today, let's do that while I get this thing figured out. Here we go.
Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox, a national journalist.
Mastodon. I will never be able to say that out loud.
It feels like the Flintstones live there.
It does.
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your last. That's what they brought. We're going to have to bring back chaperones.
Jesus, no.
Just careful. Stop, break. Ooh. Hard right.
How did you screw up a stove, Megan? You're a woman. I thought that was baked into you, like at the genetic level, how to operate kitchen equipment.
And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you.
You get Dino hanging out outside chewing on a large bone. I highly recommend being targeted by the New York Times and Rolling Stone for weight loss. And I'd say, keep it coming. I need to lose 20 more. Please, keep it coming.
Explain to me, Megan, why did this country not have a holiday once a year? That's the time you vote. If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. You don't get another chance. You don't get, I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake, crawl there. But that's it, 1 day, 12 hours, and then you're done. And you count them that day, and that night you know who the hell won.
I will eat you alive. You want to tangle? You want to go?
The only thing going through my head is, what are you going to do when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother?
He made a deal with the devil. She's the devil.
He wants that.
Oh, God. Gross! Oh! All right, penalty box for Slug. Yep.
Of a mile.
Are you ready to behave yourself now, Slug?
This frustrating rep.
Are you ready to behave yourself? Repossessed puppies? I'm hiding Pork Chop. Have you seen his little Pork Chop? Oh my God, Pork Chop is the cutest.
That sounds bad.
Have you seen it?
Pork is pork.
Though you may be tempted, do not contact any person or persons mentioned on this stream. Do not even think about contacting anyone who may be the topic of the daily news. If you should do that, the host will question your IQ, possibly call you names, and mock you for disobeying these basic rules of decency.
All the best! All right, get your bingo cards out. Here's what we got going today. We went back to the original bingo for closing arguments. We thought it might be more pertinent, but we could be wrong. You know, what do we know? We don't know. There are a million squares on here, okay? Like a million. There is, on mine, we've got state lies. Actually, I'm going to read from the other page because it has all the options. State lies, AI portion of the show. Spider-Man meme. The simulation does not disappoint. Judge has a Werther's break. Witch sighting. Meg's blood pressure meds stop working. Oh shit, I didn't take them. I'll have to go do that. Megan hates prosecutor. Drunk or high witness. We won't have any witnesses today. Lazy investigator. Unknown significance. Fake words. Free space. The C word. Megan hits wrong button. Bendy babies. Unfucking real. Weird mouth noises. I missed that one. Sex scandal face. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Hair talk. What, if anything? Evasive answers. Ceiling cats. Defensive body language. And I think there's a lot more. I hit the wrong button. So go ahead and check off Megan hits wrong button. There's more. There's a lot more. Wait, let's see what else. What did I miss? There they are. Thug judge. Overruled, sustained. I said lazy investigator. Flux is going to get angry. Muted boomer. Bird talk. Invade Canada. They're making shit up. Witch sighting. I said. Perjury. I said. Unknown significance. Osteogenesis imperfecta. Carrie's dad's smoker's cough. Flux chooses violence. For fuck's sake. What, if anything? Awkward pause. Annoying hand gestures. Baby stealer. Baby stealer. Prosecution gets wrecked. Facts. Wiggle, wiggle, itch, cough. And Nick demonetizes the stream. All right. I think get squunched. Get squunched is in there. Sidebar. Did I say appropriate loving parents? God, there's so many. There's so many. Didn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. I love the didn't do nothing square. I missed that one. Didn't do nothing. Dumpster moment. Conflicting testimony, which we won't have today because there's no river dancing. What a bitch. Also one of our favorite squares. That one I noticed made it to both the defense and the and the prosecution square. All right. I think we got them all. All right, closing arguments. We are starting today. And the state gets to go last, which I really hate. State always gets to have the last word. And I really think that that's unfair. I think it should just be the same. Yeah. Like everybody gets a rebuttal. Like you can rebut that one closing, one rebuttal for everybody. But the state gets two. You know what I mean? Like the state gets to have their statements. Then the defense gets to have their statements. Then the state, and then the state again, or something. I don't remember how it works, but it's not fair. The state gets to speak more than the defense, and I hate that.
Please let it be not Miss Fox. Look, it is too close to Monday to have Miss Fox for a whole 2 hours bloviating.
Ladies and gentlemen,
first we get Jason Hood.
And happy Thursday. I hope everyone is doing well today. Y'all have been an extremely healthy jury thus far. We've been at this for several weeks.
Holy cow, we didn't even get to 15 minutes of obligatory bullshit. We're only on minute 14:20.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
We are maturing.
We're on time.
We were talking with Judge Smith before this trial started. We'd gone through a spate of trials that were fairly lengthy where it seemed like jurors were just dropping like flies due to illness and whatnot. So y'all
thank you for being healthy and taking your vitamin C.
And that's the first thing that I want to relate is on behalf of Brady Timms, our sincere thanks for that. Your lives do not get put on hold just because you are here serving.
I like the judicial assistant's yellow sleeves. They're puffy and pretty, and I like them. Just saying.
I like her blouse.
Yeah,
it's very
pretty.
summery.
It is. It's pretty. And
I like it on her. I would hate it on me.
You know what I don't like about those tops? The elastic band around the arm. My arms are too fluffy, shall we say, for any elastic to be on there because it's just going to hurt.
Yeah,
like, isn't that actually an arm that could have elastic on it and feel good all day? Like even if you're super muscly, doesn't that just get annoying after a while?
That's why I don't like those shirts. I don't like the
you're muted,
Flux.
Muted boomer. She's
No,
a
I'm not.
muted boomer. You were muted.
No,
you were talking. No, you're not now. I thought you were talking.
Oh, I was about to say. I was about to say something, but I didn't like.
You were mouthing something, and I was like, "She's muted.
Like,
she's
the
muted."
word hadn't come out yet. I was like, "What?" No, that's why I don't wear hair ties on my wrist because I hate that that indenty feeling.
So these kind, by the way, these kind. Do you have these kind? These kind don't normally do that. Does this count as hair talk? So these are good for curly hair because they don't leave like marks when you put your hair back. They don't leave marks.
But
you got to
I feel
get
like
some
my
of
hair's
these.
gonna get tangled in that.
Yeah, I
no,
feel like it's
it
gonna get
doesn't.
all squunched.
You're just cheating now. You're cheating.
I don't even have squunched on my thing. I'm not even a good cheater. I was just like, it's gonna get all squished in there.
Yeah,
all
like
right,
I feel like my hair would get all tangly.
It won't. It does nothing. Nothing gets stuck in this. It feels like you think it would, but it doesn't. I've never had my hair get tangled in this ever. And it doesn't leave marks. And it doesn't really leave marks. It doesn't leave marks on my wrist because it's loose. See, it's just kind of loose.
Yeah.
So
every time
this
I see
counts as
those,
hair
I just
talk.
want like a key ring because I always think of like the nurse on the head nurse, like Nurse Jackie. I'm like, I gotta go to the dispenser, So I just attach keys to it.
It does kind of look like a key. It does look like a key, like something you would put keys on. It's true. How did we get here? Squirrel.
Duty, in jury duty.
It all started with the shirt.
Your work goes on. Your family responsibilities go on. In effect, all this does is complicate those things. And yet you have been here every day, paying attention, giving us your time, essentially for free, although I know that the clerk's office has given you checks. And we greatly appreciate that. Abraham Lincoln said that there is no higher form of citizenry in this country than jury service. And we are very, very grateful for your time and your attention in this case. I'm holding in my hand right here my copy of the indictment issued against Brady Timms in this case. And
Get him.
what an indictment is.
Get the state. Just get him.
Is a formalized allegation. It is not evidence. And the fact that Brady and Carrie Timms have been indicted for these offenses cannot be considered by you as evidence of anything in this case. Why is that? Well, it has a lot to do with the way an indictment comes about. It's a one-sided process. Folks are called in front of a grand jury and they give testimony, and the grand jury decides whether or not that testimony rises to the level of probable cause to issue an indictment. We don't get to participate in that process. Neither Ms. Bernard or I were even aware of when this case was going to be presented to a grand jury. Certainly our clients were not. We didn't have the right to ask any questions of anybody in the grand jury. I would posit to you that the first meaningful questions that were asked of many of the witnesses in this case came here in this courtroom when they were cross-examined. So that's why an indictment cannot be considered as evidence and is not evidence of anybody's guilt in this case. It simply forms the issue that you all have to decide. What we have for you to consider in this case today are counts 2, 3, and 4 of this indictment.
Hey, Meg, pause it.
Won't read all of the language, but what count 2 says.
So he said counts 2, 3, and 4. They asked on direct verdict to, they got count 1 thrown out. Catherine and Jason did. So they didn't even, and I should pull it up real quick.
What was it?
That's what I'm going to pull up real quick.
That doesn't happen very often.
No, that's like so rare, and that just makes me.
In fact, I can't think of a time that I've actually seen it in a trial we've been watching. They've gone for it multiple times.
And she had the judge. They ended up asking, like, how are we going to present this to the jury? What do you do in this case? And she was like, we're just not going to talk about it. You just say counts 2, 3, and 4. So count 1, the grand jurors in this, in the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, charged and accused Brady Lee Timms and Carrie Renee Timms with the offense of aggravated battery family violence. So this got added to Matt and Talkie's. It gets added to almost everybody's in Georgia. It's more time in prison. Aggravated battery family violence. So this about maliciously cause bodily harm to Jameson by seriously disfiguring said person's body by breaking his left 8th, 9th, and 10th ribs. So it doesn't mention anything about the face. Or the T10. It only talks about the ribs. But it's added as battery family violence. So it's just interesting that, she kind of said, just don't talk about it. So they go into this and he just starts with counts 2, 3, and 4. Isn't that interesting? But she got it out because they said, this has not been proven anything malicious. And the judge agreed immediately and threw it out.
Wow. Well, that's great news, but why did it stick in Talkies? That judge just wasn't having it.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. And remember, on theirs, what's very interesting, the difference is for Carrie and Brady in all counts, it says Brady Lee Timms and Carrie Renee Timms. For Matt and Talkie, it was an and or. So for Brady and Carrie's, all of theirs were and. Like, they did it together, no question about it. So it's weird how they worded it so differently.
That is super weird.
So sorry, I just wanted to throw that in there.
Brady,
it's good,
and or Carrie caused Jameson Timms, their child.
He just said and or Brady and or Carrie, so they went with and. In Matt and Takie's case. So they said for sure the two of them did it together.
No, in here, I don't know why he says or, because it's not. It's Brady Lee Timms and Carrie Renee Timms in all 4 counts. Yeah.
Weird.
Cruel and excessive physical and mental pain by breaking his left 8th, 9th, and 10th ribs. And it says that they did that maliciously. Count 3 says the same thing, causing Jameson cruel and excessive pain by causing a compression fracture to his vertebral body T10. It says that was done maliciously. Count 4 says they caused Jameson cruel and excessive physical pain by causing facial injuries, plural, and a cut under his tongue. And it says that they did that maliciously. What you all have to determine in this case is this. Did the evidence and testimony that was provided on that witness stand prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed any of these offenses? That's the issue that you have to determine in this case. You're going to hear a lot about reasonable doubt this morning. When I first started law school at the University of Georgia, I was first or second week in school. I forget which class it was. I think it was criminal procedure. We were asked by our professor to write a paper on what we thought that meant. And being a naive first-year law student, many of us spent hours and hours and hours researching it and writing page after page after page of what we thought it meant, only to be extremely disappointed in the grades that we got and the note on the paper from the professor that said, a reasonable doubt is very simple. It's a doubt you can give a reason for. And that's it.
I love that so much.
The procedure in this case has been different.
Yeah.
There have been witnesses called out of order, primarily because we were dealing almost exclusively with medical doctors. And both the state and the defense had to arrange testimony in this case based on their availability. We can't just call doctors and say you have to be here on such and such a day at 2 o'clock. Their schedules don't work that way. And what I want to stress upon you all is this. The burden of proof in this case rests solely with the state.
And they're paste eaters.
True.
We provided witnesses
That need
in
corks
this
on their
case
forks.
Yep.
to give opinions
Their
about issues
representative
that
is
we
Miss
thought were
Fox.
relevant. But we're not required to prove anything.
Nope.
Those folks right there, as they sit here, are innocent of these charges. And under the law, they remain innocent unless and until you folks say otherwise. They're not required to offer evidence. They didn't have to call one witness to testify in this case.
But they did.
Perfectly
Destroyed
entitled
the state.
to sit there quietly, look at the state and say, put up your witnesses and we'll cross-examine them and let's see if you guys can prove it.
They might
So
have even
I wanna
won if
stress
they had done
because
that.
I get a little bit leery sometimes in cases where we call quite a few witnesses. I don't want the jury to be under the impression that there's some kind of burden shifting that's happened here. I used to try cases in Bartow County with a lawyer when I was a lot younger, and in similar type cases, he would often tell the jury, the state's obligation in this case is to build a wall. And your job as a jury, if we put up evidence, is not to measure the walls and see whose wall is higher or wider or bigger. Your job as the jury is to examine the state's wall and see whether or not at the end of the day it is cracked or chipped or wobbly or not so sturdy.
Paste eatery.
And each one of those cracks, each one of those chips, every little wobble is a doubt. And if the state cannot remove every single crack, every single chip, every area of unsteadiness in the wall, then they have not met their burden. The wall in this particular case, ladies and gentlemen, I would submit to you, is chock full of cracks. And my time today is relatively short, but I do want to spend a good deal of it discussing some areas where I think cracks have developed. During the relevant time period in this case, November 2021, January of 2022, how many times was this child taken to a medical expert to be looked at? Several. There were 0 missed appointments. In fact, extra appointments that were not regularly scheduled with the pediatrician were made, and the child attended those appointments. The child was taken to Erlanger Hospital to be reviewed by an entire team of medical experts. The mother was warned or told by her nurse friend, I think her name is Miss Wilson, you know, there's a possibility, given these markings that are on your child, they might make a CPS referral if you go up to Erlanger. Did that dissuade her and my client from taking this child to Erlanger? No. They literally took him up there, handed him to a team of physicians and said, check him out, poke him, draw his blood, run him through every machine you've got, figure out what's wrong with him. The child then was taken to CHOA in January. They knew full well what would happen at CHOA because they'd been through it at Erlanger. They knew the same process was going to happen. Did it dissuade them from taking this child down there? Absolutely not. Every time they voluntarily handed this child over and said, please look at him so we can figure out what's going on here. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing what I do for longer than I care to remember now. Those are not the actions of parents who are actively abusing their child. That doesn't happen. Usually it's right the opposite. Jameson was not being hidden. He was not skipping medical appointments. He wasn't rushed to the emergency room unconscious or with his eyes rolled back in his head or with a limb hanging down that he couldn't use. He was an overall well child. That's not what abusive parents do. It doesn't happen. That is a massive crack in the state's theory of this case. In January, Jameson is taken to CHOA. This is where things get interesting. Dr. Verena Brown testified in this case.
He said her name wrong. It's Pop Brown.
She said she knew they were coming.
Well, she also says variable.
She had talked to
so.
Dr. Garcia,
True.
talked about
That's
some
fair.
images, some supposed bruises on this child. My quote from my notes was, I was there waiting on them to arrive. But if you want to analyze what happened next and put it in its proper perspective, in my opinion, ask yourself this question. Who's the first person from our community who arrived at that hospital?
Faulkner.
Jody, the screw
Detective
up.
Faulkner.
Yeah, the cop.
Who was sitting
Jody
behind
Fucker.
me during this.
That tells
During
you
this
everything
part, he
you
was
need to
right
know.
behind me.
We should
About
have
the
threatened him with
objectivity.
mandatory reading.
of any medical examination of this child. When you are asked to go to a children's hospital and take your child there, and the police detective from your city beats you to the hospital, let me tell you something as a practicing attorney. That's only going to end one way. He's not driving down there in a taxpayer paid for vehicle for no reason. Criminal charges are coming. Based upon Dr. Brown's conversations with Dr. Garcia, whatever they were, whatever images she says she looked at, the decision, in my opinion, that this was an abused child had been made before they ever laid eyes on this kid.
Yep.
And they were going to search for something at Showa until they found.
Every single time something showed up in a test that was like, well, maybe it's not abuse, they ignored it. That's the thing that's really bad. I could almost forgive them jumping to conclusions in the beginning. I can almost forgive that if they were so sure, oh my God, broken ribs, this kid's being abused. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And so they had the cops there and everything. But the second you get something back that says, well, there might be another explanation, you got to call the dogs off.
Yeah. Rerun the blood work that you lost. That doesn't look good.
You've got 2 genetic markers that are unknown significance. Like, you can't pin this on abuse. This is just people who don't want to be wrong. That's what it is.
For me, I think I had texted you earlier this week. Like, I'm in school. I'm literally taking biology this semester. And I'm like, literally, I'm in basic biology. And it's like, bro, you have one gene that's like a little wonky. What the fuck do you mean? It's like, oh, no, it's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, like, it's fine. No, there's a marker here. It means something. It doesn't mean nothing.
Well, yeah, and
what do you mean? Biology.
Flux is choosing violence. Flux is choosing violence. Go ahead and check it out for bingo.
Angry.
Where
it is
and
because
angry.
It's deliberate misrepresentation of what unknown significance means. It basically means we don't have enough pathological data to determine whether this has any, diagnostic issues that actually happen or not. So
and you're supposed to use clinical symptoms to go along with that. So when you look at his clinical symptoms of marks and discoloration all over his little body, vitamin D deficiencies, broken bones, that's clinical symptoms.
It's like absolutely fucking mind-blowing to me.
It's how you know it's evil. It's not like an accident, like Megan was saying. It's not just people.
It's intentional.
Yes, it's intentional. 100%.
It feels intentional.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it sure does.
Props, because he is remaining calm and steady and destroying
I would want to I'd be like, did you just hear all this shit these people tried to sell you? Did you? Are you as mind blown as I am?
Y'all want to go home? I want to go home too. Y'all
home.
didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. And that woman is a see you next Tuesday.
Why are we even here?
Yeah.
Carrie Timms. How you doing?
Carrie?
Hi. Couldn't miss this. I only have a few minutes, but I can't miss it.
Well, we'll play it. We'll fire it back up unless you have something you want to say.
You guys are doing great.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you again. Sorry for the long absence, but work called.
Something.
I love your earrings.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Rush to judgment in this case.
I'll allow it, chat. Unfucking real on the bingo card.
On that note, since it seems to be that both the opinions of Dr. Brown and Dr. Messner the world's greatest expert, who's the expert on everything known to man, who testified yesterday.
Get him!
The world's
Thug
greatest
lawyer.
living expert on everything known to man. Damn,
I got it right
son.
here.
Wait, what is that?
It's a bundle of sticks. That's what Dr. Metzger is. It's Dr. Metzger.
It's
Oh my
Dr.
God, we have
Metzger.
to. We're gonna make
Bundle of
decorative
sticks.
ones on my craft channel, Flux.
We
How to
should hang them
decorate
on
your
the Christmas tree this year.
Just have
They
a
look like-
bundle of sticks.
Yeah, they look like little piles of logs, Yule logs.
I would totally buy one for my gay Christmas tree that has a unicorn on it. So
Yes.
I will be ordering from your Etsy shop.
That was so awesome.
That was a good line.
The snark.
That was a
the
good line.
snark. Oh, that was a mic drop, but we're on the different
Yes.
bingo card today. That's not on our bingo card today. Darn it, I should have made a new one for closing arguments. All right. For tomorrow, because we won't get through all of these closing arguments today. For tomorrow, I will make a new list. We have to re-add mic drop. I may have to make just a closing arguments card in general.
Those opinions were very, very much informed
We also could have said glasses.
by findings and conversations with a Dr. Garcia at Erlanger. I think I was here for every day of this trial. Where was Dr. Garcia?
Yep.
Where were these images that these folks are up here referring to of these awful bruises on this child? State of Georgia is a powerful
Where's
entity,
the evidence?
That is interesting. So the only images they had, let me clarify. The only images they had of the bruising, Carrie, did they take pictures or were they just your pictures?
I provided them.
So they never took their own.
I'm sure the hospital documented them, but they never, to my knowledge, they were never put into discovery.
Wow. Why? I know why. Because the second you take a look at those pictures, you go, that's not a normal bruise.
Yep.
There's something going on with this baby medically.
All right, Mo, the chat is freaking out.
Oh.
They want to know if you have a craft channel.
I am working on it. It's Mo in the Craft End. I'm going to be putting up my new video this week. I've been working on it, but I needed to get a desk and, set up and not, just go full chaos demon like I normally do. So I do have a video coming out. It's like a new channel, but it's finally, I can start doing stuff. That and I also
I thought you were
need
joking.
to. No,
The chat got it right.
I also need to, make tax deductible all the craft kits that Mr. Mo doesn't know I've bought over the years.
Oh, speaking of crafts and just things, I was able to talk to Dr. Indiana Bones' wife over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Someone sent him a blown up poster of Indiana Bones. And they have it framed in their home.
Oh my God! With his face on it? Does it have his face? Yes! Who did that? Whoever did that, you're a legend.
JK Debug.
You are a legend. If you are in the chat, take a bow. Take a bow. He's
Oh, what a good gift.
It's such a great gift.
He's like,
I
we were so
love it.
excited. We framed it and hung it in our home.
Oh,
JKD says it was
that is
not
a good
him.
poster.
Yeah, it was a good poster. Wait, let me see. I got it. I have it. Let me see. I think I have it in my pictures. Where are my pictures? Ah, was it this one?
I believe it was, they spelled
Or wait, it might have been this
That
one.
one.
It's that one.
That's a good
This
one.
one?
Oh, I love it.
And the Temple of Cahoot. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
School is calling. I gotta go. Hold
Oh
on.
no.
I gotta answer this. Hello.
You're still, we can still hear you.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, that
all
is
the
such a
resources
good
they need.
gift. That's neat.
If they want to produce a witness, that witness gets on that stand. If they want to show you photographs, you see those photographs. Ask yourselves why you saw neither in this case.
It's all about the frenulums, baby.
And
At
the
Choa,
adjacents of the
X-rays are taken.
frenulums.
Healing tiny rib fractures are found on 8th, 9th, and 10th left posterior ribs. The question is, how did they get there? And when did they get there? I called as a witness in this case one of this country's most respected pediatric radiologists. She's literally one of the authors of the exam folks have to take to pass the boards to be deemed a specialist in that field.
It was no big deal. It's just a parent-teacher conference they wanted to set up.
Oh, I was like,
Nice. God, I was trying to hear her, and I'm like, shit, I still have my earphones in, and all I can hear is chords.
oh, I know. I usually get the calls that's like, hi, Miss So-and-so, everything's fine.
I know. Don't you like it when they call you and they go,
But-
okay, it's not an emergency, so everything is okay. That's when I know my kid is in the nurse's office trying to get home. I have a stomach ache. I have a neck ache. I think my elbow's broken.
Yeah. Usually mine, it's like, okay, well, so he was trying to do this and he cracked this and we gave him an ice pack. And I'm just like, yeah, he'll be fine.
Last time the nurse called me, the nurse was like, well, Hanger's in here and he says that he just went into the bathroom and threw up. And I said, she goes, but he doesn't appear to be sick and he's in quite a good mood. I said, he didn't throw up. He gave me this talk. Yes, he gave me this talk this morning too. He told me he threw up this morning too. It was literally like this much reflux.
He's clinically well. He's clinically well.
Yeah, he's clinically well.
well. He has appropriate and loving parents. I'm going to add that as a footnote.
It was like 2:00 in the afternoon. School is literally over in 50 minutes. I was like, ma'am, pat him on the back and send him back to class because I ain't coming to get him. And she laughed. She goes, okay, I thought you might say that. I said, let me talk to him. He gets on the phone. I say, you did not throw up. Now you hand this phone back to the nurse and you go to school. He's like, okay. And then he went off to school, never heard another word about it. Like, you did not throw up.
I'm going to start signing everything my name, appropriate, loving parent, trademark.
You can't steal that from me.
Carrie will always
But
be.
I'm copying.
We should give out awards every year with the Giphy Award, with the Go Fuck Yourself Award. We can also give out the Appropriate Loving Parent Award. We'll put Carrie on the top of a trophy.
Yes.
Yeah, Nick Stara, where are you? Oh, don't blame it on daylight savings. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I screwed your schedule up, but we just started. Come on in. The water is fine. You have a link.
Her testimony was, based on her review, her blind review of the images and the records, that the rib fractures likely date to birth of this child and were most likely, in her opinion, caused by trauma during the birth process. She also testified that there was no compression fracture at T10. She would not have made that call.
Smoker's cough.
The testimony of Lisa Hutchinson, ladies and gentlemen, I would submit to you,
I have that one.
in and of itself,
Carrie's dad's smoker's
constitutes
cough.
reasonable doubt to counts 2 and 3 of this indictment. She also testified that further imaging may have been helpful in this case, an MRI, a CT scan. If I recall correctly, Dr. Brown's testimony was, well, we just couldn't do that. It's a wiggly baby.
Wiggly baby.
Wouldn't have been good.
Damn it, I have bendy babies on my bingo card, not wiggly baby.
But Dr.
We need a
said,
blanket Gumby baby.
no problem.
I'm going to allow Bendy. Look, Wiggly Baby is close enough. Bendy Baby, you may check it off your bingo card. But
okay,
also,
but is osteogenesis imperfecta a bridge too far then?
Stop making me laugh. It's not even 7 a.m. Did you guys watch the Laura Owens footage?
No, I have.
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my
yes.
God.
No, Shizzy showed it to me
cops
because
come to the door and she's like, it's not even 7 a.m. Do you have the authority to come here before 7 a.m? It's so inappropriate.
Yeah,
They
to be
said you
fair,
would be coming during business hours.
I was pausing on the guy who has a really good behind because
which one? That was
all
the
of
hot
them.
spot.
I was just
All
like,
of
why are
them.
we listening to the annoying chick? Can we talk about these guys? Like, hello, sir. Would you like to hold a puppy and be part of the calendar I'm doing for charity?
I would like to know. I would like to get rated in Scottsdale. That's all I have to
Yes.
say. If I'm going to be rated, let it be in Scottsdale, please, because that is the hottest SWAT I ever saw in my life.
So
yeah,
it's really funny because one of my a woman that I used to work with, her and I are super close. Her daughter lives in Scottsdale, and she calls Scottsdale it's pretty people land, or beautiful people land.
It's
because it's like all the pretty people live in Scottsdale.
There's also, to be fair, there's also a lot of plastic surgeons. Okay, let's just be honest. It's like
a lot of the influencers are there.
Yeah, Scottsdale is very hoity-toity. It just is. It's very wealthy. So yeah, you can't tell. Is it natural or is it Botox? It's hard to tell in Scottsdale. You can pretty much 90% guess it's Botox. But that's okay. We're not anti-Botox here or anything. You know, whatever it takes.
Swaddle the baby when he's asleep, put him in there. It takes a few minutes. They just chose not to do it.
Keith PV House, thanks for the 5. I appreciate this chat. I'm not following this case. Gay guy here at 8 a.m. just for Megan. You know what? That's awesome.
Hey,
Welcome.
we like our own
Megan
personal pride
Tomos.
parade.
Hashtag Megan Tomos. We're showing up. Megan Tomos. I don't care that you're not covering this case. Just being here is great. And now, speaking of gay and late, Nick Starro is here. How's your squunched arm, my friend? How's it feeling?
Oh, it's better. I mean, the swelling went down. I got one of the painkillers injected, and
Nice.
so it's getting better. It's decent.
Are we going to get a River Viking video out of you in the next day or so?
Oh, I hope so.
Okay, I hope so too.
I mean, river might be far-fetched.
What if you just say hello to us by the front door?
Yeah, that would be okay. We'll take it.
I can dance in the. I don't. We will see. I
was
will.
going to
I
say
will
we
figure
could get
something.
him frolicking through the fields like a Viking frolic. That would be
a frolic would work.
Here's the thing: we already plowed the field, so there's not really much to frolic around on.
Are they muddy?
Well, have a look.
Oh,
there's not even any snow. Damn it!
But that's
a
still
really
pretty.
cool barn. Wow, you have a cool barn.
Thank you. Yeah,
He could do a scrunchy video.
All right, we nominate you to do a scrunchy video dressed in Viking garb. That'll do. You'll have to explain the female anatomy with a scrunchie. Just like this.
Well, when you have it that it reminds me of my ex.
Lady Tammy says a puddle will be fine. You could splash around in a puddle.
I'll see what I can. See what I can find. I'll see what I
Okay.
can do.
Well, you did promise. So you're going to have to come up with something. All right. Uh-oh. Did he get disgusted enough to walk
Who
away
is
from
the expert
Here we
who
go.
made these decisions about x-rays for the state? As I recall, her name was Dr. Dixon from CHOA.
Wish Sally Fields.
Yes.
Hair
In fact, she's the chief witness in this case.
That smoker cough.
Everything kind of runs through her. Child abuse specialists are simply relaying what she says she sees in these x-rays. They're not radiologists. In fact, Dr. Brown admitted in her testimony in a conversation with our folks, she basically said x-rays aren't my thing. I leave that up to the radiologist. What do we know about Dr. Dixon's testimony in this trial?
If I
She came in here
ever
and lied.
becomes that so fat that my third shin wallows
Flat
over
out
my
lie
shirt, tell
on
me.
that witness
Please tell me.
Will do, Dick.
Thank you.
His brother's
She was
much
being
larger
asked a
than
line
he
of
is.
questions. If you will recall, when she initially reviewed the x-rays, about T10, what did she say? It suggests a fracture. She comes into court, testimony's different. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, it's not what you said back then. Well, I'm sure now. Well, who have you talked to between now and then? Have you talked to the state? Yeah, I talked to the state. Did you talk to Verena Brown? Yeah, I talked to her. What'd you talk about? Y'all remember what she said? Oh, it was a really limited conversation. The only thing we discussed is what we were going to wear for court. Is that it? That's it. Well, who's on the witness stand about 3 hours later? Dr. Verena Brown. Trying to get her to answer questions, which was difficult. Slipped in a question to her about that phone call. Did you talk to Dr. Dixon about this case? She said, yes. Really? What'd y'all talk about? Her images? Her findings? Now, it's not whether Dr. Dixon lied to y'all. The probative question is why did she lie to y'all? It's because they being the conglomerate at CHOA, I would respectfully submit to you, did not like the word suggestive in this case. They wanted it removed. Why? Because suggestive means uncertain. It means doubt. And that's why that conversation took place. And that's why she didn't want you to know that conversation took place. That conduct is disgraceful. It's beneath the dignity of this court. If she were my witness, her behind would have been back in that chair the same day,
my.
apologizing to each and every one of you.
Wow.
So I would submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, that the medical investigation in this case has a series of cracks. each and every one constituting
This case is entirely
doubt.
crack. What are you talking about?
Jameson's health. I think the evidence in this case demonstrates that when this child was born, he was suffering from a constellation of issues. First and foremost, he was premature.
I'm going to let you go ahead and mark off what a bitch on the bingo card, because that just brought back how bad Dr. Dixon really was. I think because everybody else was so cahunty and awful that I forgot how bad she was and what she did. So yeah.
That was a big turning point for me personally in the case, because it was like, I hope they pick up on that lie, because if she lies about that, they're gonna be like, what else is she lying about? What else is all? What can I believe any of them? You know, and the way y'all saw it, the way she was, oh yeah, that's all we talked about. That's all. And then I have a hard time believing that you've been there since 1992, 93, and you want to talk about how to dress for court. Come on.
Yeah. That and the state's witnesses were all condescending and just not personable. They were all immediately like, ick.
Yeah, I hated them. The chat's asking where we are on the bingo. We've got hair talk. Flux is going to get angry. Flux chooses violence, unfucking real. Bendy babies. And what a bitch. And we would have had mic drop, but that was on the other bingo card.
Also, my cat has already sat with me for a little bit earlier.
Oh, Flux pets cat. Awesome. We forgot that one.
I just like the court reporter's face right now. Like, why am I here? Why are any of us here? We just need this as the, like on the REM, Everybody Hurts. It's just her face.
Yes. State lies, chat. I will give you state lies as well.
His bones were not fully mineralized. Doctor who left his family vacation to come testify to y'all.
Sometimes.
Went through those images one by one. In his expert opinion, and he is perfectly entitled to examine x-rays and interpret them. I've got kids that play sports. They get hurt all the time. I have never encountered a situation where anybody other than an orthopedist examined their x-rays. That's not how it works. Orthopedists examine x-rays and interpret x-rays every day. Contrary to what Ms. Fox would have you believe.
Yeah, check off perjury too. Dixon definitely counts for perjury.
In his opinion, he sees irrefutable evidence of metabolic bone disease. Vitamin D deficiency. This child has a genetic variant at the site of the genome that produces what? Collagen. What is collagen? It's sort of the fiber that is the building block of our bones, of our blood vessels, of our ligaments, of our tendons, of our connective tissues. Nobody disputes that that variant is there. But it's a variant of unknown significance, which means we don't know how it impacts this child, and therefore we don't know how it impacts this case. As Dr. Krishnamurti testified, there are two things that are going to solve that equation: time and research. And that's it. I'll talk more about that variant here in a few moments. But those medical issues, ladies and gentlemen, present a whole nother series of cracks or doubts in this case. I want to talk to you for a minute about
God,
the credibility of the state's witnesses.
He
in
looks
this
so
case.
angry.
And I would say,
You
from
know,
my perspective,
you were saying he's being so calm, but underneath it is rage. There is rage underneath of it. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. This man is raging underneath.
You can you can almost hear it in his undertones.
He's
just
so
a little bit.
disgusted. He's so disgusted with these people, and he should be, rightly so. Rightly so. I love this man. He's a very good lawyer, and I'm so glad that Carrie and Brady had him because he cares about this case, you can tell. He's disgusted with these people, and I love to see it. Bunch of paste-eating
He calls them out.
workers. He
if
does.
there's one pervasive theme that permeates their overall appearance in this court, it would be arrogance.
Yes.
They were arrogant. They were defiant. Would not answer questions. One of them literally stood up and looked at Miss Bernard in an open courtroom and said, "I'm not answering your questions. I don't have to." The same one that looked at me and said, "Well, I'm the geneticist and you're not."
Yeah, that.
The whole attitude, the whole vibe from most of their witnesses was, "Who are you to question us? How dare you?" Look what happened at CHOA with the defendants, Brady and Carrie Timms. They're conferred with by Dr. Brown, who says, well, these are the findings from the radiologists on the x-ray. We got to send some blood off to a lab. But that's going to take a couple months before we know what the results are.
So take the baby.
Those vials hadn't even been labeled, much less put in the mail before what happened. These two are physically removed from that hospital.
Is the judicial assistant crying? I think she's crying.
It does look like
It looks like
Look
she
at how the
is.
family
Wow.
of these two was treated in this case.
Holy crap.
I didn't notice that.
Oh man, you know you're fucked when the JA is crying. You know you're screwed, State. When the JA is sitting there weeping openly, but she's crying.
Yeah. She took a really deep breath after it looked like crying, like to try and calm herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna back
Look at how
up.
the
Like
fa-
this is unmistakable. Look at her face. She's looking directly at
These
him.
two are
She's
physically removed from that hospital.
Yeah.
sniff. Her eyes are red. Her nose is red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at how the family.
And I can
Blink.
guarantee in that courtroom, she's heard some shit going on.
She's
and
heard some shit.
Yeah.
This is the worst thing ever. And the fast blinking is to keep those tears from falling out on her face.
Yes.
Wow.
This is unbelievable. I mean, God bless her. God bless her. This really is a horrible case. It's one of the worst I've ever heard. And I'm so glad these lawyers did such a good job. Blink rate anomaly is on the other card, unfortunately, folks, or we would have had that. But thank God for these lawyers who were able to tell this story in a way that really reached out and touched people. Because look, this girl is crying. We're all weeping for this family. But in court like this, that the JA is losing it. Oh, I hope the state was seeing this and shaking in their boots.
Trooper testified yesterday. He and his wife are stepping in trying to help Jameson. You would think that the state would be appreciative of that and treat them with courtesy and respect. Nope.
Look at Sharon Fox. She turned her chair so she could watch the jury, guys.
Instead, he's harassed
So she can't see the JA.
to the point of tears
No.
on that witness stand yesterday.
Wait, who cried on the witness stand?
What?
I don't remember someone crying.
It was the brother-in-law. His testimony is not on here.
Oh, okay. All right, but they harassed him?
Yeah, he's the one that he was forced to pee in a cup in front of his daughter.
Wow.
Yeah. He went into great detail and got very emotional a lot.
Oh my
on
God.
the stand crying. Because
I'm just sorry I'm sorry we weren't able to roast the prosecution for doing it to him.
Yeah, they treated him horribly. And then he testified in uniform. And then he was up for a promotion. And then the district attorney's office actually said that he didn't need a promotion. He couldn't be trusted because he testified for... I was like, he was subpoenaed by both sides.
What?
So,
what the...
Yeah. It's sad. It's really sad.
He should sue.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Immunity.
Yeah.
But that's employment law. He must have a union rep that might sue for him for that, because you can't be kept from, I don't think they can,
against your job.
you can't be discriminated against for testifying lawfully when you're subpoenaed to be there. That's something he should talk to his union about for sure.
Yeah, but the union also represents his boss.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't listen. They didn't listen to it. They knew that he was doing what he was supposed to do, and I mean he was under oath like everyone else.
Sons of bitches.
How was he treated that way? A state trooper. He wouldn't kiss the ring, is why. He wouldn't bow down to these folks and say, yeah, we'll agree to just cut Jameson's family out of his life.
That's what DFACS asked them to do.
Wow.
And they tried everything within their power to have Jameson removed from his home. And it took the literal head of DFACS in this state stepping in to say, oh, no, that's not going to happen. You're not treating a state trooper that way. They put up a witness, Penny Miller, who outright said or implied heavily to y'all that those folks were assisting our clients in violating a court order. Some hanky-panky about visitation and where the child is. Trying to say that they didn't have appropriate provisions in the home for a baby, so I guess ergo the baby wasn't there. Nonsense. Abject nonsense.
Fox is uncomfortable.
So far as to try to convince Trooper vis-a-vis his testimony.
Can I just say
his testimony in juvenile court?
Irritated I would be so fucking irritated that this prosecutor is sitting there staring at me like that. I would be like, I'm not fucking talking. Turn and face him. I hate this bit. I hate the prosecutor. Why the fuck does she have her back to the person who's talking? And me as a juror, if you're just sitting there being like,
I hate her. I hate her too.
It's really awkward.
What is that?
Flux hates prosecutor. I hate the prosecutor. Check it off.
It's very awkward. It's very awkward and
it's rude.
She's just staring right at them, and like it's really rude. You're supposed to face the person who's talking.
She wants to know what they're thinking, what they're.
I could understand. Well, she's making it worse. She's making it worse. Whatever I'm thinking, I'm thinking worse things about her now.
But
I'm sitting here, and the longer she's sitting,
But if she had turned the other way, she might have seen the
crying
reporter cry. And then she would have objected because they are not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
she probably would have.
She does get payback because during hers, you won't see it, obviously. But during her closing statement, a juror turns his entire chair with his back to her.
Oh, yes. Oh, no way.
Are you?
Flux, that guy is your spirit animal.
I want to meet that just so I can be like, bro, we are like long lost twins or something.
We found out the next day. Go ahead.
He like stared at the ceiling cats. He refused to look at her. He refused. It was so beautiful.
Oh, did he have a spinny chair? Was it a swirly chair?
Yeah, they had good chairs, and he just
he's like, she's talking, and he's pulling a Ron Swanson in the round desk.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that is beautiful and restores faith in the general public for me.
You should have found out his birthday was the next day after we were acquitted. He's a twin. And we found out that he was having a birthday party, and someone had, through the grapevine in our small town was like, you guys should show up and surprise him with your little boy in tow. So we got there, and he was like, that prosecutor, I'm not going to say words that he used. 19 years old. He had just turned 19 years old. Young.
Love him.
Yes.
That gives me faith for humanity and the young people.
He said, I didn't know they were going to take up our notebooks. He said, the things that I wrote in there, I am afraid. I am so afraid.
I didn't know that either. The things I wrote in my notebook.
The things he wrote. He was probably like, this fucking cunt. Her eyebrows, her hair, everything about it is bothering me. That's what Mo was writing.
I did.
Eyebrows.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah,
they don't read the jurors' notes, do they? They just take them and
the
throw
judge
them out.
said she wouldn't. She said she was going to shred them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd read every single one of them. Y'all, I am so nosy. I was gonna say,
if I ever make it to being a judge, I'm gonna have a library of just juror notes.
Oh, you know what?
In
the Kowalski trial, one of the juror number 1, who by the way had a massive heart attack. As far as I know, he's still in recovery. But his wife had asked people for prayers and things. But in the Kowalski trial, his notes caused almost a mistrial. If you remember the SS, so somehow they got a hold of his notes where he wrote Sally Smith like the kiss S's, and they said that he was calling her a Nazi by doing that.
I mean, she was.
It's not wrong.
Does anybody know the origin? Because I've never actually looked it up, and it's something I am curious about why jurors are not allowed to take their notes. Like I take notes for everything. Like I have 4 billion notebooks full of notes everywhere, just random stuff.
Probably because
it's all public.
In a high profile case, those notes would go for a lot of money. How much you want to bet?
I mean that's fair, but like.
Remember with Larry's notes that he wanted to auction out after the Deputy Heard trial.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And he was in the audience.
But, okay, so let's say they can sell them. Who, I still don't see a problem with a juror selling their notes. Because again, everything is public record. That jurors' notes is how they're perceiving each individual piece of information. Now, I understand you can't give it to the lawyers, you can't give it to the state because, jury processes.
Yeah, but how did someone get a hold of it in the
Nick, Kowalski? What is this?
This is Iron Maiden's mascot, Eddie. Because I'm certain the prosecutor... is related.
I thought for a minute you were like, well, I was sketching what I was seeing in court. I was going to do courtroom sketches of Laura Owens because they wouldn't allow cameras in. And it was probably going to come out something like this as well.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. I just want to see Megan with a bunch of charcoals furiously scribbling as...
But she ended up being on Zoom, and it's so hard to draw someone from Zoom. I mean, it's just... I need to work on it, though. I should do it anyway because it would be funny. I'll be working on that. I promise.
Now, imagine that. Imagine that. Cornering a state trooper in an anteroom and trying to convince him to say something bad about the grandmother of this child so that the case won't be transferred to Superior Court. That's the mindset that we're dealing with here. The overall attitude, credibility, conduct, and demeanor of the state's witnesses in this case, ladies and gentlemen, I would submit to you,
Worst I've ever seen.
presents another series of massive cracks and doubts in this case.
I can feel my blood pressure rising with the longer she's sitting there staring down the jury. Oh my! I'm gonna need to go get like my happy grass
There's
or
no direct
something.
evidence in this case that Brady or Carrie Timms harmed
There,
a
Jeb moved it
hair
for
on
you.
this child's head.
Thank you.
Thank you to the cameraman. He
doesn't
heard
exist.
my cries for mercy.
The state is going to
I
try
like
to
his
argue
little
that
Dennis the Menace
circumstances
calic.
should
I was
reasonably
thinking that too. Like my little brother has one, and I was
That they
thinking
did
there's
harm
just something so cute about
and
my
that's
middle
what we
son
call,
has
ladies and
it.
gentlemen, circumstantial evidence.
It's just so cute.
Here's kind of the way I always look at circumstantial evidence. If I step outside right now and it's raining and I see it raining and I get wet, that's direct evidence that it's raining. If I go to bed tonight and it's not raining, but I wake up in the morning and I look outside and the streets are wet and there's puddles in my yard, I can conclude that it rained. I didn't see it rain, I didn't get wet, but I can conclude based on those facts that it rained. Judge Smith is going to give you an instruction about circumstantial evidence. What she's going to tell you is that in order to convict these two based on circumstantial evidence, the facts have to be not only consistent with their theory of guilt, but they have to exclude every other reasonable hypothesis in this case. And if you can think of a reasonable theory or hypothesis in this case, then that mandates your verdict. It has to be not guilty. The defendants took this child to every required appointment, plus appointments that were made in addition to those appointments, to two of the largest children's hospitals in this area of the country, because they had concerns about his health. His health issues were related to a constellation of issues dealing with prematurity, bone mineralization, and a genetic variant. They were completely unaware of rib fractures because they didn't cause them. They happened during birth and trauma associated with compressive contractions at birth. They were completely unaware of a fracture at T10 because there was no fracture at T10. The child had a scratch on his face that developed impetigo. The child had a sore in his mouth that may or may not have been caused by inserting something into the child's mouth. But if the child has a connective tissue disorder, it could have been harmed without much force. That is not evidence that this child was abused or assaulted. Based upon the evidence that has been provided in this case, that is a perfectly reasonable hypothesis and explanation for what happened with this child. There may be others. I can promise you, all of you are smarter than me. But if you come up with one, like I just did, know that it mandates your verdict in this case. And your verdict is not guilty. The final issue that I want to discuss with you, and it's the one in this case that I personally take the most umbrage with, and that is the issue of this genetic variant. This variant of unknown significance. Understand on that issue exactly what the state is asking each and every one of you to do in this case with that COL 182 variant in mind. They are knowingly and intentionally asking you to play a game of Russian roulette with the lives of 2 human beings. Their position throughout this case has been basically to just dismiss that. Well, probably won't happen. Not likely to be pathogenic. Well, how unlikely is unlikely? Oh, I'm not going to put a number on it. I have no idea. They don't know. And what if? I asked this question of 3 of the state's witnesses. None of them would answer it. They all wanted to change my hypothetical and pretend like I didn't ask the question. But I'm going to ask y'all. What if a guilty verdict is returned in this case, and weeks from now, months from now, years from now, the research shows it's pathogenic? It certainly does cause connective tissue disorder. What are you going to say to them? What are they going to say to them?
They're going to pretend
Nothing.
that they didn't do it. They didn't know. It's not their fault.
Oops, our bad. That's not acceptable. This is a court of law. We don't treat citizens that way in this country. That is absolutely unacceptable. That in and of itself is reasonable doubt in this case. And based on that fact, this case should have never been prosecuted. Never been prosecuted.
Little louder for the lady with her back turned to you.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you in a moment to have the courage in this case to look at the government and say no.
Oh, I like that.
Everybody,
We're not playing this game.
Everybody wants
with
the
the
chance
lives of
to
2
do
human
that.
beings.
we are not playing these games.
Nope.
Fuck the government.
Yes.
Say
This
no.
is why I want to be a lawyer.
I can't
Say,
ask you
"Fuck
for
you,
justice,
government."
ladies and gentlemen, in this case. Justice would be these folks getting 3 years back with their son. You can't do that. Justice would be compensating these folks and their family for the anguish that they've been put through for the past 3 years. You can't do that. What you can do, and what I respectfully request that you do, is look at these folks and say, no. You're not labeling them child abusers based on this evidence in our name.
Yep.
We're not doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, I greatly thank you for your time in this case, your attention. The evidence, in my opinion, clearly demonstrates that the state has not met its burden of proof. There is only one appropriate verdict in this case as to both defendants, and that is not guilty. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies
That
and
was
gentlemen.
fantastic.
It's April 3rd.
Yes.
Thoughts, anyone? I thought that was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, Jason's great.
I need the Shia LaBeouf meme where he's just standing up and like angry hardcore clapping, because that's how I feel.
It's really good.
I will say to my ADHD and my Yankee self, if we could just cut down the mosey by a quarter, just a quarter, because I'm like,
the mosey.
Why does he take so long? So
That's a real Southerner thing.
But towards the end, you could really tell his passion. So I think the first bit where he kind of gets himself started, I was a little bit like, "Oh my God, Cletus, can we hurry up?" But once he starts getting passionate about it,
I liked his dramatic pacing. I thought it was good.
It grew on me because at first I was just like, stay paying attention. This is not going to happen. Stop thinking of sock puppets.
I liked it because I agree with the chat that says the slowness of it allows the jury to take it all in. And that growing, rage underneath, that I could feel it. I could feel it. I could feel the rage. I mean, he showed appropriate disgust.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, I see you. Auntie M, you are in contempt of chat for using the word moist. No one said you could do that. Auntie M says the closing was so good, my eyes are moist. Damn you. Go over to the fundraiser and pay $5 for your fine. I'm not messing around today. God, moist, you people. Way to ruin the moment.
I thought his closing was well done. I too also have a bit of the ADHD and possibly the, tistic, but for me, it was like showing how angry he was and how hard he was trying to rein in for me, it showed he was trying to rein in his emotions and not do what I do, which is just schizo out all over the, microphone.
Yeah, we just tend to spaz and explode, and then we're like,
and I don't even end up saying real words or sentences. I just
what I think is funny. This is a good point. Sticky says, and it gave them more time to stare into evil red blazing eyes of the prosecutor. Frankly, if he saw what she was doing
deeply into,
I would have stretched it out too, just to see how long she was going to sit there staring down the jury. I mean,
so weird,
so bad. Just Jay Hip says, "You're streaming over members only. Terrible, Megan Fox." Just Jay, when are you going to get it through your head? We are competitors. I am competing against you. I will stream over you all day long. You damn fool. You're such an idiot. But don't come in here complaining about when I'm streaming. It's none of your business when I'm streaming. I stream when I can. I am a very busy mother of 3. I'm not worried about stepping on your dumb streams. I'll be there later to watch the replay for sure. I'm definitely going to be there to watch the replay, and everybody should too. I thought, just J Hip says, I thought we were best friends. No, you dumbass. That's Rosalind. Rosalind is my best friend. My current best friend.
I thought Just J Hips was best friends with Tug.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Shut your filthy mouth. How dare you? How dare you suggest that he take away my other best friend? I have a lot of best friends and nobody else is entitled to them. That includes Flux and Mo and Jennifer Williams and Nick Starro. Don't even try it. Don't try it. I don't know if you guys, as a little break, in case anybody needs a bathroom break or whatever, instead of playing the bathroom break today, let's actually go to my new best friends video because it's funny. So if you would like a little highlight of my trip to San Francisco and my new current best friend, Rosalind Duke, and what we were up to. No, I don't want to go to the studio. What are you doing, me, YouTube? Oh, yeah, I guess this will work. I will play this little 2-minute and 50-second video in case anybody needs more coffee or bathroom break. Do that while we celebrate current best friend.
I got me one of these because I always get thirsty. So I bought this half-gallon thingy.
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah, it was in the sports section. I felt completely lost.
Same. It's
So
like the Little
everybody, go
Mermaid.
get your coffee. Go get your bathroom break. I'm a best friend hoarder, and enjoy this little ode to friendship.
We flew out west, just me and her. Fog and laughter, hearts that stir. Cables and coffee, sun on the bay. We don't talk about you anyway, 'cause we're current best friends, and it feels so right. Golden Gate glowing in the soft twilight. Oh, for my best friend, I wish you well, but you're still at home with your mom, can't spell. Oh, yeah. She tells us stories, I laugh too loud. We're the free ones now, not lost in the crowd. Your name comes up, but it fades so fast. Just a postcard mark the past. We're current best friends on a San Francisco night, singing in the park till the stars take flight. Oh, former best friend, what can I say? We moved on in a major key while you're stuck in yesterday. It's peace and a little mischief too. She's a redhead spark, the sky turns blue. I don't hate you, but man, it's clear life's so good when you're not here. Becoming best friends and the city's kind. Got love and laughter you'll never find. Oh, from a best friend, don't take it too hard, but you're just a footnote in our postcard. Yeah, current best friends, that's how it ends. A little goodbye to former best friends.
And there it is, folks. It's really tough when you're a former best friend of mine. You know, things get really emotional and people cry and they write rage articles about it on MySpace or wherever the fuck they go. And then Megan Fox, my former friend, it's very upsetting to them. But that's what happens. You know, that's why you have to be careful not to piss me off, because if I cut you out, I will write meme songs about you and I will embarrass you on the internet for the rest of your damn life. So be careful. Be careful with me. I have lines you don't cross. So that's how it goes. But when you are my good friend, San Francisco. Yes, went to San Francisco. Oh man, but when you are my friend, there's no better friend than me. I will take you around in a Waymo. We will eat at the House of Prime Rib and I will pay. Man,
Did you pick up some rice-a-roni at least?
I felt like such a baller. I dropped hundreds of dollars on that dinner. I felt like Nick freaking Rekieta. It was fantastic, but it was all you, chat. The chat paid for it. It was a lot of fun. We went to the House of Prime Rib, and I was able to pay for most of the people at the table. I think maybe 1 or 2 people had to pay. But they were there on expenses, not paying for some company's expense.
It was a Hunger Games kind of thing. You had to fight. It was a talent. Megan had a talent show, Who's
going to get their prime rib for free tonight? Get up and dance.
Who doesn't pay?
Jay, you better bring your wallet. You're paying for the next dinner in Arizona. I'm not paying for that. No, you've got an audience of chat members who will help pay for your dinners. Don't expect me to pay for your steak dinner. Absolutely not, you dumbass. What? I don't know why he thinks I'm going to pay for him. Absolutely not. All right, let's see.
Optimism? Unfounded?
Unfounded optimism? Yes, he's very optimistic. God bless him. But he's a little bit soft in the head, He's kind of an idiot. He knows that, though. So that's the good news. All right, how do I get back to what we were watching? I don't remember what we were watching. Okay, I just need to hit the back button, right? No, I just need to go to my history. Why didn't I just use a different window? Gosh darn it.
Well, while you look for it, I made a meme. Well, not
good.
so much of a meme.
All right, hold on. Let me find it. Where are you? Oh, there. Oh my God! I'm keeping that. That's going in the. It's going on the screenshots in Streamyard.
I'm an expert cut and paste thing. Yeah.
Oh my God. You're a good meme farmer. That's funny. That's hilarious. God, why am I having such a hard time finding my history? There it is. All right.
Because you were supposed to be incognito.
I don't know. I don't know what any of this is. Oh my God, that meme is funny. I wish we could superimpose it on the actual trial footage.
No.
If we send that to the prosecutor, do you think she will frame it?
She frames all the worthless prizes she gets.
Oh no, don't send it to her. You know my rule, folks. Don't contact any of these people.
Any of you for the first time on March 3rd. And so I echo everything that Mr. Hood said about our extreme gratitude for everything that y'all have done for your jury service in this most important month of Carrie Timms' life. You really are the conscience of the community. You are doing your civic duty, your constitutional responsibility, and none of this could happen without you. In fact, it seems that no investigation at all would have ever happened without y'all sitting there and watching and looking at every single one of the witnesses that the state called as we tried to ask them the questions that frankly should have been asked 3 years ago before Jameson Timms was ever taken away from his parents, as happened on January 14th of 2022. I'll try not to plow too much of the ground that Mr. Hood so eloquently stated regarding the indictment and the burden of proof and the frankly massive failures of the state at every point to do
that
their
describes
job
them well.
and not bring charges like this against people without sufficient evidence. But we are where we are. And so I'll try to offer for you a timeline that matches up a little bit with what you heard first from the state in their opening about the life of Jameson Timms after he was born in October of 2021 to Carrie and Brady Timms, his loving parents who were so excited to have their first son and so concerned about the health issues that he was experiencing that they, as Mr. Hood said, brought him to those medical appointments, took those pictures, kept that binder of every time they visited a doctor and everything they learned and everything that they were trying to do to help their son. And when we think about what it means for why we're here and what happened, it does come down to that January 14th date, January 14th of 2022, when these folks with their family brought Jameson to a hospital that they trusted would act in the best interests of their son and help them figure out what was going on. And instead, they were subjected to the acts of, quite frankly, a conglomerate that ended up seizing him on a diagnosis of non-accidental injury, when those witnesses from that witness stand swore to you that no doctor had made such a diagnosis on January 14th, 2022. So let's talk a little bit about how we got there. First, it was Carrie and Brady noticing that there were some odd markings on Jameson. He was a premature baby. My client is a very physically tiny woman. It wasn't the easiest pregnancy, and Jameson was born premature. And any birth is a traumatic experience, bringing a new life into the world. You heard from the witnesses the forces that are exerted on the tiny body of that infant during the process are beyond what the strongest man in this courtroom could put on someone. And when that tiny little body doesn't necessarily have all of the collagen or all of the vitamin D or any of a number of other things, perhaps there's an effect from an anti-nausea medicine or a blood pressure medication. These things affect serotonin levels. And we learned that serotonin levels affect the collagen development and structure of the bones. There are any number of reasons why there might be enough of a tiny weakness in the premature body of Jameson Timms that you get those tiny, subtle rib fractures as he's being born, as his mother is bringing him into the world. So when those markings appeared, you heard from family friends of Carrie and Brady Timms, people who are themselves mandated reporters, people who are putting their own professional licenses and credibility on the line to come here before you and speak on behalf of Carrie and Brady. They told you what happened. Carrie immediately called her nurse friend and FaceTimed her to show her what was going on. And that friend, she didn't say, oh, well, you know, not a big deal. You're just an anxious first-time mom. She said, honestly, that does remind me of vitamin D deficiency. At the worst case, it could potentially be leukemia. You need to take him in to be seen. And so that's what they did. They took him into Erlanger to be seen. And ask yourself the same question that Mr. Hood referenced. Why you didn't hear from Dr. Carla Garcia, the pediatrician specializing in child abuse, who saw Jameson up at Erlanger in November of 2021, and who talked to Dr. Brown, and who, let's be honest, probably talked to Dr. Messner too, since his memory got so weak when it came time to remember who you had talked to about Jameson's case. I submit to you that if there were any suggestion that those were actually bruises inflicted by Carrie or Brady Timms, that you would have seen pictures of them, you would have heard from the doctors, you would have heard from medical professionals who could tell you about that. Instead, you heard from medical professionals found by Carrie and Brady Timms, like Dr. La Posada, someone with a resume as long as my arm from some of the most prestigious institutions in the world, who told you certainly that this was a connective tissue issue. It wasn't what was flowing through Jameson's veins. There was a structural integrity issue with his blood vessels. And he could tell that because of the way that the markings appeared and disappeared, the way that they followed lines on the body, the way that they in no way resembled bruises inflicted on a child. Dr. LaPosada came before you and put his credibility on the line to offer that opinion. The state couldn't even be bothered to make a record of those photographs for the doctors or the investigator or
So
for you.
bad.
But somehow that evidence was still strong enough in January 2022 for Dr. Verena Brown and Dr. Stephen Messner to refer to it repeatedly in their notes as though it were
Werther's break.
evidence that these people had done something wrong.
Judge gets a Werther's break. I heard it. I heard the crackle.
Yes.
I don't have it. Damn it. I don't have it on my bingo card.
And so I think they lied to you, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are in a situation where a baby was taken away and nobody wants to take responsibility for it. Everyone who came before you on that witness stand wanted to blame somebody else for that decision. I submit to you that if Jameson was actually the victim of child abuse, that if the state were actually representing the interests of Jameson Timms as they came to you and told you they were doing almost a month ago, then they would have had at least one witness who would have taken responsibility for that decision to remove Jameson from his parents. Because let's be clear, 3 years later, sitting in this nice, comfortable courtroom, it's sometimes a little hard to grasp just the gravity of what happened. Of young parents bringing their child to the hospital, hoping to find out what's going on, and ending up leaving escorted by a security guard while their baby is kept from them. This is like a civil death penalty.
Jennifer
to take away a 3-month-old
the chat wants to know.
Yeah, she did it.
Was the demon still turning her back during the whole time?
The whole time.
Oh my God.
Love a Cheetos.
I love that Catherine is saying this is the civil death penalty. That's what the Supreme Court said. Yeah. She's quoting the Supreme Court. It is when you take parents away from children, it is akin, these are the exact words, akin to the death penalty for parents. And that is absolutely 100% true, which is why they should be far more careful when they do things like this.
Child penalty. Baby is kept from them. This is like a civil death penalty. To take away a 3-month-old child, a child who is still being fed and cared for by his parents, an infant who cannot do anything on his own, to take him away from his parents, that's the kind of thing you really need to be sure about before you do. And frankly, I have some concerns with the whole idea of a medical diagnosis of abuse anyway.
Yeah, me too.
That seems like the sort of thing that you would want to gather information from other sources about before drawing a conclusion. But that's not what happened here. As you heard, the first person from Gordon County to make it down to CHOA on January 14th was Detective Faulkner, the investigator who, by his own admission, did not investigate the case. He simply took the word of Dr. Brown. But what was the word of Dr. Brown, ladies and gentlemen? We heard from her on 2 separate days of testimony. Her head did seem to be a little bit clearer the second day, but I do worry if maybe the way that she was,
holy shit!
Well,
holy shit! Drunk or high witness? You get to check it off. I didn't think we were gonna have that. Drunk or high witness? Check it off. Oh my God! Look, drunk or high witness, right here, folks, right here. Yes. I didn't think we were gonna get this today.
It's
oh
so
my
funny.
God!
Wow!
For the win.
Slips that in.
Oh my God, Megan, to be a fly on the wall
shade
when when Verena Brown is shown our river dancing video, I just want to be there. Like if I had 3 wishes from a genie, I'd want to be there.
A fly on the wall when she has to see that.
So good. So good.
Oh my God.
I like how she's like, well, the pot brownies were marginally less Cheech and Chong-y the second day. So I looked less like Megan's dog, you know.
Yeah. She should have been photoshopped in with my dog.
Yes. Oh my God. That would be I would watch the hell out of a YouTube channel of Hi Dog, Hi Doctor.
I was going to say somebody needs to put Archie and her together. Somebody needs to meme them together.
Rogue Mama is the keeper of the Archie memes. She can do it. Are you here, Rogue? If you're here,
or JKD Buck. Uncle Buck is a good memer.
That's true.
Yes.
But I think Rogue's got all the dog memes, but JKD might have some too. Man, the high dog was so funny. God, some of you sent me the things you all sent me, including the short. Oh my God, the short of him with the in the Cheech and Chong van or whatever. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Dear
that
God,
was beautiful.
The shade of this is so awesome, Catherine.
He simply took the word of Dr. The investigator who, by his own admission, did not investigate the case. He simply took the word of Dr. Brown.
He didn't even read the report.
But what was the word of Dr. Brown?
Megan, it was 400 pages.
Come on, it's a lot of
We heard from her on 2 separate days of testimony. Her head did seem to be a little bit clearer the second day, but I do worry if maybe the way that she was, well, maybe just having a bad day that Wednesday.
I'd have been like, Yorana, she was high as balls, allegedly.
She was high as balls.
It was.
Yorana, how am I supposed to try this case? This woman is on the stand high as balls. Look at her. Look at her. She's high. She's high as a kite. Oh my God. I cannot. It's still going. The shade is still coming. It's just flowing out of her. The shade is just on a rampage. It's a hurricane of shade.
I love that she testified.
Wait, we gotta go. I gotta hear it again.
She was, well, maybe just having a bad day that.
Wait, not only that, like just the beauty of the dramatic pause. This is acting at this is theater level performance where you're making sure to wait for it, give them the dramatic effect, and go with the
She was a
bombshell.
theater kid.
The way she was.
She was a theater kid.
Well,
but I
she's
do
just
worry
nailing
if
it.
maybe the way that she was, well,
how do I put this?
Maybe just having a bad day that Wednesday that she testified. Maybe she was having another bad day the day that she saw Jameson Timms.
So maybe she was high as balls the day she saw this kid, is what we're saying. What I'm saying, Your Honor, is she was high as balls. And jury, you know what I mean. Wink, wink. She was having a bad day. It was a bad day.
I feel like I need a yellow card or something because the other player's getting fouled so hard.
I know. I feel like I need to get some aloe or some
I need a
some
flag.
back
Who's
team.
got the burn cream? Where's the burn cream? We need to give it to the doctor. Oh my God, poor Nick. Nick went to lay down right at the best part of this. Oh God, he's sleeping right now.
This is like the verbal war that you go to court for. This is the battle that's like, this is what you want in your lawyer. This is amazing.
This is so good. I love how the jury totally knows what she's talking about. How do I say this? Well, having a bad day. And maybe she was having one of those bad days when she looked at Jameson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Is that a smirk on the JA's face? Is the JA trying not to laugh?
Yes. Yes.
Shit.
And drew the conclusion about non-accidental injury. After talking to Carla Garcia, numerous social workers, numerous DFACS liaisons, again, none of whom were brought before you. The names that came up, Heather Gates, Rachel Johnston, Anna Ray, the doctor who admitted Jameson Timms to the hospital on January 13th, Dr. Xenia Fleming. None of these people brought before you. None of the nurses brought before you. None of them whatsoever. And ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you that the reason for that is that the state is trying to conceal that Jameson Timms was a clinically well baby. Every time he was brought in to a medical practitioner, even when he was brought in on January 12th to Dr. Sarah Harbin Pickett, who I know it was several weeks ago, but you'll remember her demeanor on the stand. It was not one of,
Swamp doggy.
Hey, this was my concern. I had to call it in. She was nervous and anxious and defensive. And that's because I think she was having a lot more contact with the other doctors who made these decisions in January than any of them wanted to be honest about. The state is trying to rely on a photograph that Dr. Harbin Pickett took on January 12th for evidence of a mouth injury to Jameson, where she was poking at his mouth with a stick, where her clinic had been suctioning mucus from his mouth. So after Jameson had been handled by them is when that photograph was taken. But of course, we don't have a photograph from when Dr. Verena Brown examined him on January 14th. We have a photograph of his face that she took. We have a photograph of the bruise on his back that was caused by Choa when they x-rayed him that morning.
I bet she's going to object.
But we don't have a photograph
Because they squunched
of
him.
this alleged frenulum injury that forms the core of the state's case that this baby was being assaulted and mistreated. And I submit to you that it's because the medical notes were correct. The medical notes from Choa were correct on January 13th when they said frenulum appears intact at this time. That's why you didn't hear from any of the nurses that were handling Jameson. That's why you didn't see a picture from Dr. Verena Brown, because it didn't fit with their idea that Jameson was suffering from, what was it Penny Miller said? Horrible injuries. Because that's how this case ended up where it is, ladies and gentlemen. No, I don't think that the people who came before you on the stand get up in the morning and think, oh, how can I take somebody's baby away wrongfully? No, nobody's doing that. At least I certainly hope not. But what they are doing is relying on information from other people that is not actually reliable.
It's
And
just a
so
giant
the
game of
whole
telephone.
core of this case comes from the notes that Verena Brown made in January of 2022, where she tried to make it sound like Jameson was something other than the clinically well baby she acknowledged on the stand under cross-examination. They tried to make it look like he had a constellation of injuries so that anybody, the DFACS employees, the investigators, the judges, anybody else who was involved in the case would look at that report and think, oh my goodness, fractured ribs, a torn frenulum? This poor baby has clearly been horribly, horribly abused. That was the conclusion that they drew. And that's why it's so good that y'all are here to do the investigation that was not done by law enforcement or DFACS or even the medical
Screw you,
professionals who
Jody.
were responsible. And honestly, the experts, we had a lot of medical testimony thank you all so much for hanging in there for it, because it does get a bit
I love
long
her
at times.
earrings so much.
But I think everybody here
They are pretty.
understands that a family's entire life is at stake. And when those are the stakes, yeah, we're going to go through every single word in that medical report. We're going to go through every single factor that could have influenced these decisions and these findings. So what we had from CHOA is a series of medical professionals agreeing with their coworkers. That's what they did. And they acknowledged that there was some attempt to, provide this idea that they were somehow objective, oh, look, we saved a baby on Christmas Eve from being taken away from his family because a doctor was about to take him away from his family on Christmas Eve. But when I asked Dr. Messner on cross-examination if he could think of a single example where there had been a finding of non-accidental injury by a colleague that he had then disagreed with, there wasn't a single one. It's because they boxed themselves in. What are they going to do? Say, we were wrong? We shouldn't have taken your baby away? I guess the past 3 years were all for nothing? No, they can't do that. And I think we know why. We heard it when we asked them about the medical attestation form. The doctors, were concerned about their own legal liability.
Yeah.
Suddenly they became really worried about whether or not they had all of the records and documents. I submit to you the time for that concern would have been when you were making the diagnosis of Jameson Timms, not just when you were talking to the lawyers in your department. Yes. That memo, that change in protocol from DFACS that came down in February of 2025, that didn't happen for no reason. That happened because this isn't the only family in this situation. It happened because of Jake's meeting with DFACS. If that's how they treat a sworn officer of the law, imagine how they're acting towards Carrie and Brady Timms. At various points throughout this month, I will admit I have found myself getting a bit frustrated with some of the witnesses. Sometimes even to the point of being a little bit upset myself with the way that they have conducted themselves. It's not the way that I would expect fair-minded, honest people seeking to present the truth would act. But then I realized that was actually a gift. It was a gift to all of us in the courtroom, and particularly to y'all, because if this is how they act in court, in front of a judge,
imagine how
to
they
officers
act in
of the court, and to y'all, imagine how they were acting behind closed doors to Carrie and Brady Timms.
Yep,
absolutely.
People that they had complete control over. People whose baby they had complete control over. And it's not a pretty picture. It's not a picture of people acting in the best interest of Jameson Timms. It's the interest of people trying to protect a decision that was made and push it all the way through. I asked y'all during jury selection if you'd ever had occasion to be around government employees who'd gotten it wrong in a situation. And that's what we're dealing with here, ladies and gentlemen. Government employees and government adjacent employees who got something wrong back in January 2022 and are trying desperately to protect themselves and cover themselves rather than honestly seek the truth. So their witnesses are people agreeing with their coworkers. Our witnesses, who again, we did not have to put up a single witness, but what could Carrie and Brady Timms have been doing for the past 3 years other than investigating and trying to figure out what's going on with their son? And in the course of that, they connected with internationally recognized experts in their fields of genetics and orthopedic surgery and pediatric radiology and metabolic bone disease and connective tissue disorders and bleeding disorders. these are all people, again, putting their professional credibility on the line to make a record of their statements. And they've definitely don't have any interest in protecting child abusers or making excuses for child abusers. These people were contributing their time largely pro bono because they reviewed the facts, they reviewed the medical records, and it was clear to them that this was not a case of child abuse. So when you compare the evidence that was brought forward, don't fall into the trap of comparing the walls. But honestly, the wall that Dr. Hutchison and Dr. Pauls and Dr. Krishnamurti and Dr. La Posada have built is a strong one. Because it's not like anyone is trying to find some reason that Jameson broke every bone in his body. This isn't a situation where he had horrible injuries. This is a situation where he had a little something wrong with his connective tissue. A little something wrong that you find on call 1A1.
I have to stop. I may have been playing around with AI while we were listening to this. I may have been writing a new song called Maybe a Bad Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe. And I think I found it. I think we did it. And we're going to play it.
My Bob Ross. I've never been more excited.
Wait for it, chat.
Oh, this sounds good.
Dr. Brown took the stand, eyes like glazed donuts, hair in a halo that screamed, I just floated. Prosecutor asked Doc, why'd you call it abuse? She grinned real wide, said, baby, just bruise. X-ray showed nothing but giggles and milk, but she saw fractures like cracks in the silk. Defense jumped up, objection, she stressed, she's not high, your honor, just overcorrect. Or maybe it was a bad day, she's just riding the wave of a cosmic delay. Maybe she's cloud adjacent, sky
Cloud adjacent.
just toasted, her brains overwrought, call it a mental vacation, a herbo detour. She's not stone, she's gravitationally poor.
Gravitationally poor.
I'm stealing that.
Bad day. That's all we can say.
Look like abstract art. Translation, she dropped her pen, saw a dart. Shaken definitely by what? The vibes. Cross-exam, asked ma'am,
are you alive?
She whispered, I'm elevator, medically speaking. Then hiccuped the cloud that smelled like
the
weekend.
weekend.
Bang the gavel, order, she's fine. She's not blazed, just sun-kissed by a pineapple vine. Maybe it was a bad day. She's floating in zero G, lost in the fray. Maybe she's buzzed on life,
lit from within.
Just crispy like toast with a grin. Call it a thought, bubble it a kush color dream. She's not wrecked, she's serenely supreme. Bad day, past the eye drops. Okay, Dr. Brown's just meditated. 3 feet off the frame. Baby's fine, mom's crying, headlines scream. Whoop. Doc's in the bathroom doing yoga in loops. The fence spins gold, she's tired, not tortured. She misread the bones cause her chakra got scored. Settlement came with a gag order twist. Say she was foggy, not fog in the mist. Dr. Brown waved by, pupils like saucers. Peace out, y'all, after the meet cosmic enforcers. Now she consults via Zoom from her couch, still diagnosing with the spiritual pouch. If a kid's rash looks like Saturn's ring, she'll blame the planets, not the other things. Yeah, it was a bad day, she was knee-deep in stardust. Astral ballet, not suited, just in, not ripped, just relax. She saw abuse.
Oh my God, I love this. A brain siesta.
No, bad day, your honor, case closed, let's go. Bad day, wink, wink, oy vey. Dr. Brown's prescription, another bad day.
Oy vey, wink, wink.
Great.
I love it. That one's going in the books. We did it. We did it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Just a bad day. My God, the euphemisms. I said to Grok, I want lots and lots of euphemisms. Look
I
at
was
the
gonna
euphemisms in this. Knee deep in stardust, astral ballet, not zooted, just zen, not ripped, just relaxed.
I love that line. Not
Brain
zen.
siesta, a ganja siesta. No, wait. The Grok doesn't even know her, and it's amazing. He got all this stuff about the chakra and the yoga, and oh god, she's meditating.
Kush-colored dream,
not
floating
fried, just crispy, like buzzed on life, lit from within, floating in zero G. Oh, it's so good. AI is getting so good at this.
God. Damn, that was good.
1A2 and SP7. Something that's just a little bit off. Made his bones a little bit weaker, made him a little bit more subject to having those birth-related fractures that even Dr. Messner on the stand acknowledged, yes, we have to do these surveys because sometimes the fractures are too subtle for us to see. And so that's why you can look at these yourself. These will all go back with you in evidence. All of these
she's pulling out the evidence. Hell yeah.
Every time that Jameson was seen. And you might find yourself in the same position as Investigator Faulkner of not even being able to identify the X-ray that actually shows this purported injury because it is so minor.
And it doesn't have arrows.
The timeline that Dr. Messner offered of the healing fractures, it didn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense on a medical level. It doesn't make sense on a factual level. You heard from the people in Jameson Timms and Brady Timms and Carrie Timms' life about what was going on. They were regularly seeing family and friends. They were going to the home of family and friends. They had family and friends coming to their home. They're taking Jameson out to other places. They're doing as much normal stuff as you can do while you're still kind of in the middle of the COVID times, you know, November 2021 to January 2022. There was no possible time that Jameson could have been subjected to some horrible injury, experiencing tremendous excessive pain, and then not seeing a medical professional, but yet when he's got a scratch on his face, they bring him right in. It doesn't make sense. The people who got up on this stand and put their own credibility on the line for Carrie and Brady Timms wouldn't have done that if they thought there was a chance that these people had caused those injuries to the baby.
Yep.
They aren't people who are looking to make excuses. They aren't people who are looking to They aren't people who are looking to make excuses or tolerate excuses from anyone. They're people who are honestly seeking the truth. And Carrie, well, it's been a hard 3 years. You saw the disrespect to which witnesses for the defense were subjected by the state, not using their medical titles, referring to the foundations they started because of their international work in metabolic bone disease as a hobby, referring to, well, don't you want to get a real radiologist to listen? Again, imagine if that's how they're treating a doctor on the stand,
no kidding.
How they're treating these people behind closed doors. And yet through it all, they continued to do everything right. They continued to comply with the court orders. They continued to show up. They continued to do what they were supposed to do to try desperately to reunite their family.
Oh my God, Rogue.
So,
no. Get my dog away from that woman. No. Look at what's happening. Oh no.
Oh my God.
Archie, no!
What is happening?
No, Archie, no! Oh God!
Oh God!
Oh no! Oh my Lord, Rogue! There are so many. She just sent so many of these. By the way, those of you who need a river dancing square on your bingo cards, we have exclusive footage of Flux in the woods in a puddle. It looks like a creek puddle.
It hasn't been raining as much, and like all the river or like all of the creeks and rivers, there's like barely water trickling. So I'm like, oh, there's water here. It's good. That's good. It was still, trickle. There was water running. It's a river.
Yeah, it works. It works. We can't wait for it. Really. Here's another one. Oh God, I'm scared. It's terrifying how much that looks like him. It's terrifying. In the hippie van. Oh
the
my
hippie van
God.
that smoked out.
Oh my God. Rogue, this is going to be great for the video. The music video is going to be really, really good. Keep doing them, Rogue. We need more for the music video. Oh God. We also need some videos of her sitting on a witness stand like that.
Yeah.
Again, we have to come down to who's responsible here. Who is responsible for what happened to Jameson Timms? And I submit to you that if these people were guilty, you would already know. And the state would have called all of those people. They would have had at least one person to say, yep, I saved Jameson from that unsafe environment. I stand by my decision. But they didn't. No Lori Stanfield. They did call April Hunt. Remember? She was the one who actually visited Jameson's home with Carrie and Brady there, right after this allegation was made on January 12th. She saw their home. She saw them feed their child. They undressed Jameson to show his physical condition. And you heard her on the stand
I'm
say,
not laughing
yes.
at Catherine. You people are putting the memes on Twitter, and I can't with this. I can't.
Oh my God.
My dog has been dog napped by hippies. A journey of peace, pause, and road trips by high hippies.
Oh my God, the Netflix remake of Homeward Bound with this concept. I would watch the hell out of that.
That's fire. I would watch that.
I was surprised when I heard these medical findings from CHOA. She was surprised because she, like Dr. Brown, like Dr. Messner, she saw a clinically well baby.
Clinically well.
Dr. Krishnamurti saw a clinically well baby. In her practice, she's seen abuse. She's a mandated reporter. But she, having actually treated Jameson Timms and interacted with the family, she is confident that there is no abuse going on, that there is only a family trying to find answers. But unfortunately, they haven't been able to rely on the justice system to help them get those answers. Because that timeline of the January visit to CHOA and then the March 14th issuance of warrants on very, very serious felony charges, there was no investigation that took place in there. They did have the genetic variants, right? And that's genetic variants. You know, you heard the state repeatedly say it's a genetic variable. No, it's not a variable. It's a variant.
She said variable.
It has been tested multiple times.
Well,
and
Fox
Jameson
kept saying
has a
variable.
genetic variant
That's all Fox
that is
ever
carried
called
through
it.
his paternal line on.
Yes, but what is it, a variable or a variable is the question, Jen. You know, you got to be accurate about these things.
This is true. This is true.
The collagen producing gene. He's got one for SP7 and one for COL1A2. That information was available to the state when they lied in their warrant and said all theories of OI have been excluded. And that's what I think you're probably going to hear from the state. You know, we will not have the opportunity to come back and speak to you. The state does get the last word. I warned you in jury selection. They get to sit closer and they get the last word. But we know what they're going to say. They're going to say Jameson had no further breaks once he was out of the custody of his parents. But remember, the state repeatedly was angry that Jameson was having so much contact with his parents, allowed by the court, even after these allegations were made. That was why they dishonestly tried to remove him from the home of, because they believed that there were unsupervised visits and too much contact with his mother, Carrie Timms.
Real quick,
So-
Megan.
Yeah.
I
When
think
you
you
go
need
back-
this book. I think it can translate to dogs as well. But there is a section on how to talk to your cats about drugs. And I'm pretty sure it can translate to dogs.
Okay, I'm gonna take that out immediately because clearly my dog is having a problem. I mean, he's running around with
But
hippies, going
it
into
also
strangers'
has-
vans.
It
What
also
does it say?
teaches
Wait.
about Satanism.
Satanism. Good.
Yeah.
That's important. How to avoid witches. Yes,
Yeah.
that's important stuff. Abstinence.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
send
yeah.
me the one about puberty. I've got some teen boys coming up soon. I might need to
I
refresh.
don't remember where I got this book from, but I've got it.
That is the best thing I've ever
that's
seen.
funny.
Into that jury room. Think about that warrant from March 14th, 2022. Then it took them, the state, 2 years to indict the case. 2 years
Wow.
of Carrie and Brady continuing to
years?
do everything right. You know those
They
states
indicted them
would have
after we went
loved
public
to
with
have
them.
some violation
days later.
they could have
That's
cited.
right. That's right. They were just waiting and waiting around, just keeping them hanging on a hook. And then they go public. It gets some publicity. People get mad and they indict them
Yes.
Yeah.
to make it look like what they were doing was all reasonable.
Yeah. And to punish
Oh.
them for going public.
Yep.
Something where somebody did something in violation of a
Somebody
court
did
order.
something.
They would have loved that. They put their energy into trying to find that, and they couldn't. These people have done everything right for the 2 years leading up to the indictment and now the 1 year leading up to trial. So Carrie is living the truth of her love for her son every day. For those on the jury who are people who have had the experience of being parents, might have had the experience of having a moment where you can't see your child when you expect to. Maybe it's a crowd, maybe they're playing, and they just get out of sight for maybe a second. And that feeling of horror and the pit of your stomach dropping, where is my child? That's the feeling they've almost had to have for 3 years. And they are so incredibly fortunate to have the support of a loving family. Again, not a family that's going to make any excuses, a family that's going to investigate things for themselves, hold people accountable, and show up to support what is right.
All right, we are halfway through closing testimony or closing arguments. I think we're going to stop it here, finish the rest tomorrow. And in the meantime, we do have to show one more rogue meme. Well, maybe two more rogue memes because
Yes.
Flux, why did you get in the van?
She said she had weed.
Is that a potato?
It is. It looks like a potato.
Or a chicken
It
nugget.
looks like a potato.
Don't get in the van, Flux. When have I? What have I always told you? Never get in a van with strangers.
Damn.
It said
it
free
looked fun.
candles.
Even if they have weed, don't get in the van. All right, now
Okay.
this one is really amazing. This one is animated with sound.
So, like, I'm totally a doctor and stuff, but everything's just so groovy, you know? So,
Oh my God. Wow. God, I wish you could see this so bad.
I'm sure I'm sure she is watching it. She's probably going to sue me later, so stay tuned for it.
We'll get back
And
together
as a
when our
public
cease and
service-
desists
As a
come in.
public service announcement, everything about all of this is just opinion and satire. We're sure you weren't high. We're sure that you're just like this. This is just your normal,
It's that
it's
muscle
fine.
thing in her eye. Remember, she's got
Right.
That
She
thing.
has a congenital defect that makes her eyes look super high all the time.
A variant of
Breuer-itis
unknown
eyes.
significance of eye drooping.
A variant of unknown significance going on with her eyeballs. And it makes her look super high.
So sorry, Brown.
And Dr. Brown, even if you were high, it's okay. It's legal now. So it's really not defamatory at all if you're high these days.
It's only state legal. It's not federally legal. So technically the
true.
feds can come into any state and like arrest everybody.
That's
But
true.
nobody talks about that.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. I don't think
They're
they'll
too
do that
busy
unless
taking babies right now. They don't have time for that.
I think we have another one. Oh God, what is Okay, wait. Rogue is working overtime today. Grok is her bitch today. She's just got lazy eyeball syndrome, says Casey. That could be. I mean, look, we don't know. We don't know.
So lifeless.
Maybe like the good lawyer said, maybe it was just a bad day. It's just a bad day. That's all.
Don't be so judgmental.
Don't be so.
Look, she was watching my Miss Frazzle class, where we learn chemistry by distilling bathtub gin.
Look at the panel.
Oh my God, my
panel. Watch the panel. Look. Look at the Muppet. Nick's Muppet is also laughing hysterically. Why am I a redhead suddenly? Why did I go from blonde to brunette?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
I don't know, but
You look excited, Mo. You look
I look
Yeah,
like I
Mo's
could
like
open.
down for it.
Look, I love the absurd.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay, this has devolved. What is this? Who is sending me memes? What else is here? Oh my god. Rogue, you are hysterical. You're killing me. You're absolutely killing me. All right. That's it for us today. I hope you enjoyed the bingo card. Mo, what do you got coming up?
Let's see. Tomorrow I'll have Mornings with Mo, and since it's Halloween week, I will have another costume, and it will probably be something LawTube adjacent. So not any creator, but definitely a fan favorite of sorts.
Okay. Awesome. Sounds good. How about you, Flux? What's going on in your world?
School. Mostly just a lot of school. My streaming's kind of gone down a little bit, but we need to do a trucking run because the Halloween decorations and stuff.
Oh, they're back. Oh, we
spooky
do.
Stuff. I
The
looked at
spooky
it last
stuff.
week.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to be gone this weekend. So
we should do it soon.
Yeah.
It might last past Halloween. It might last
Wait,
because it typically
when is
goes like the
Halloween?
week
Is Halloween
past.
on Friday?
It's Friday.
Damn.
And
And I'm
I
gonna be
had a
out
dream last
Maybe we
night.
could do it Halloween night. Maybe we could do it Halloween night after I get back from trick or treating
Oh,
with
and
the
we
kids.
could all dress up.
I don't have. I
I did dream last night. I dressed up as a pirate. It was weird.
I'll do face paint. My daughter had a dream that she got attacked by a weird teacher and then was in a horrible car accident and lost all her arms and legs. And she was like
I've had the
still
arms and
trying to
legs.
get away.
Yeah, I've had that dream before. That is 100% anxiety.
No arms
dream.
and legs? Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I woke her up, she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so
legs.
glad you woke me up. I just had the worst dream ever. I got attacked by a teacher and I lost my arms and legs." It's like, what?
Oh yeah, dreams are crazy, especially when you realize you're dreaming, but you can't wake yourself up out of it. Oh, yeah.
Oh god, I didn't even get to the super chats today. Patrick W 6553 member for 13 months. So is this the audition for Megan's second stream Best Friends? Yes, asking for scientific research. Yeah, that's it. Research. Asking for Mr. Nye. I will never be best friends with Bill Nye. You can be assured of that. JKD Buck, thanks for the 2. My meme foolishness is a poster. I'm honored. And Keith PB House, thanks for the 5. I'm not following this case. Gay guy here at 8 a.m. just for Megan. Well, that's the way we like it. That's the way. Perpetually puzzled puzzler, thanks for the 5. It's unconscionable to rip away a child from its mother with biased and motivated evidence. Yes, it is. Family abuse by the state. Criminal conspiracy, in my opinion. I agree. Yep. And if they didn't have sovereign immunity for everything, then they could probably do something about it. Perpetually puzzled
100% it's conspiracy.
Totally. Thanks for the 5. If I were on the jury, I would be glaring right back at her with disgust and anger. Yeah, I would try and stare her down and make her uncomfortable and turn away. What a jerk. What an absolute jerk.
I would take my glasses off and be like, all right, let's go.
All right, let's go. Flux, wait, no. Flux, actually, this is what you would be doing. Hold on now. Hold now. How do I share this? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yes. I love it. Good and angry.
Angry. That's Flux smash. Perpetually puzzled puzzler, thanks to the 5. The bungling, incompetent, lazy lawyer is negligent. You even must object to the inane speeches to the jury. Does this spell something?
Yes.
Moist. I can't. What is it?
Bill
say?
Nye moist.
Bill Nye moist. Perpetually puzzled puzzler. You better get over to the fundraiser and pay a fine. Right now. You're in contempt of chat. That is contemptible behavior. That is a contemptible super chat. Dan Davis 483, thanks for the 2. For Flux comment. And Just J Hip, thanks for the 5. All the best friends are mine. You should try to be more adorable like me. You have moobs. You need a man's ear. Okay, there's nothing adorable about you. And you have a pear-shaped head. No one likes you, Jay. You just think they do. Chris Poughton, 2514, which is nice to you because you're kind of stupid. 2, thanks for the 2. Now play the good songs. The Tug and Jay one. I will never play that heresy on this channel. Look at the cat. Look at this. Look at the cat's like, take off the hat. I don't like the hat. Right? I want to snuggle. No hat. I want to get to your face.
He likes to do the forehead head bunt.
The head bunt? Yes, that's good. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. We get super tips. Super tip. I got to pull that up. That's what she said. Okay. Where is it? Why is this working? There we go. All right. Nope, that's wrong. There we go. And thanks for the 5, Rozilla's Realm.
The boxer I bet $5 on threw a right cross, then a left cross.
Then came the red cross.
That was good. Ryland Poole, thanks for the 5.
As a former biochemist, Flux is completely right. The human body is incredibly intricate with billions of ways that things could go wrong. It is only by the grace of the Almighty God that we live. Any doctor that believes the human body to be simple is letting pride blind him. One only need to witness Kurt's unique physique to understand the full span of the human condition.
They say that King Solomon was so wise.
What wise man would put up with over 700 mothers-in-law?
Flux, you made Flux fall out of her chair. You made Flux fall out of her chair. God, that was so funny. One only need to witness Kurt's unique physique to understand the full span of the human condition. And that was Rozilla's that played there at the end that we were laughing over. Let me do it again.
They say that King Solomon was so wise.
What wise man would put up with over 700 mothers-in-law?
It's a really good good joke, actually.
Yes.
It really is. All right, everybody, go over to youarethepower.net. Make sure you support youarethepower.net and Jennifer Williams and all the good work they're doing over there. And volunteer. Sign up to be a volunteer in your area so you can help families just like this, because they're working on these cases every single day. It's not just the Timms. It's not just the Hernandez family. There are so many families caught up in this in lots of different states, and you can go over there and help. And please go over and continue donating to Carrie and Brady Timms. They have a lot of bills to pay, and we want to help them do that because the state royally screwed up and destroyed their lives for no reason at all. None at all. So you guys go and have a great rest of your day. And I think I'm going to leave you with, what do I have to play for you today? Maybe we'll just go with the good old regular ending of the show. All right. I will see you guys later. You have a wonderful day. If I can find it.
It's the only word that accurately describes the man, and we can demonstrate just that. Everybody thinks he's an asshole. Son of a bitch. Well, that's good, too.
Shut up! What the hell? Court's adjourned. In my chambers. Now.
Oh. I don't think that was the right thing to do.